we're gonna go get to calling. For several years now, I've been working together with a good friend of mine, Kirby Taylor, to come up with a perfect call that would suit all of my needs as a predator caller. Some of the features that I was wanting in a predator call are a mouthpiece that would create less fatigue in my mouth, a bell or call body that would specifically shaped to fit my hand, an air channel that would slope with the contour of the mouthpiece so that more precise volume control could be achieved. I barely push any air through this call, and I want to make the slightest, softest distress cries possible. The Ruffidawg. This is my loudest volume call to date, the widest air channel, and it creates a more deep pitch sound, something that represents more of a jackrabbit type sound, better suited for the western states to get that sound out there in them wide open spaces. Now I want to take a little bit of time and just show you how I'm making those jackrabbit distress cries. Typically what I'm saying is wah. I'm going to slide my lips about 2/3 of the way back on the reed, and all I'm going to say is wah. And with that, I'm going to couple my hand around the bell, and I'm going to push air through a little harder, saying wah, but I'm going to make it more aggressive by pushing air through at a harder rate, faster rate. This call is great for producing those jackrabbit distress cries. I've had great luck using this call in the prototype stages all across the West, in California, Nevada, Wyoming, western Nebraska, all over. Everywhere I tried it, I called in coyotes. In a couple instances, I called in bobcats. Some of the other sounds that you can make with this call, they're a little tougher because the reed on this call is more firm. By being more firm, it takes a little more air to blow through this call to make the sound. So it's a little tougher to make your mouth squeaks per se, just by putting your lips on the very tip of the call and just huffing air through. Now, let's try a cottontail distress through the Ruffidawg. I'm just going to go up about 1/4 of the way on the reed. Again, all I'm saying is wah. Blow that air through there, make the sound. Once you make the sound, then couple your hand around it, create more air bursts through the call to give it a more aggressive, a more distressful wail. Some other sounds that can be made with this Ruffidawg are some coyote talk, making a distressed coyote sound, and that's just starting all the way in and moving your lips back, making a ki-yi. That's all I'm doing, is sliding the reed closer out to the tip of my mouth. It starts low, goes high. Yipe, yipe. That's the sound a coyote makes when it's injured or in distress. Again, let's do that jackrabbit distress cry. Back on the reed about 3/4 of the way. Now, let's take off and go make a stand with the Ruffidawg. It's cold out. We had a nice front push through. There's a few cattle in this pasture. We got a fresh skiff of snow. With the wind chill, it's probably hovering around 10 degrees out. Nice and brisk this morning. We should have been at it a little earlier, but nonetheless, we're out here. We're having a good time. We're going to try to call a coyote. We got
got in here and the wind's blowing about 10 to 15. We got on the backside of the hill. The wind's coming right at me this way. So I like to keep my downwind side kind of open. I can see about anywhere from 125 yards down to 350 yards down to my total downwind. I'm gonna open up this stand. Being we're on the backside of the hill, it's kind of calm in these backsides. I'm gonna open up with my Ruffidawg coaxer. Just give it one good call, 30 seconds long, wait, and then I'll probably go to just my Ruffidawg. It gives me a little more volume. There's a lot of heavy grass down in this bottom, and we'll just see if we can arouse a coyote. Okay, I've waited about 2.5, 3 minutes. Nothing appears to be moving. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just call with the Ruffidawg. A lot louder, little deeper pitch. Sounds more like a jackrabbit. Just come around the side of the hill here. Got him. I don't know where that coyote came from. We're on the backside of a hill. The wind's blowing from your left to your right, and we tried to get on the backside of this hill to kind of get out of the wind. It's blowing, it might be gusting to near 20, and it's just hard to get the sound out there. So being on the backside of a hill, we can kind of scoot our sound out there in the calm spot of this hill, and then it hits the wind over there. And that's right where the coyote come from. He come from around the side of the hill over here. So looked like a nice coyote. He seemed like he was leaving when I saw him, but as soon as I got on the Ruffidawg coaxer, boom, he just snapped around. It could have been that he was confused and didn't know where the sound was coming from. He come up the hill over here, had to woof at him to get him to stop. Made about 125 yard shot. Looked like a really nice coyote. It's cold today. They're reacting. Thank you to the Howa Axiom 22250. made that shot. Let's go take a look at him. Yeah. Wow. Nice big old coyote. Gee whiz. Look at that coyote. Big old woolly Nebraska coyote. Kind of unique looking thing too. Color wise, really nice. As you saw, whenever I was doing my calling, I mixed it up. My 3 different models of calls. The Ruffidawg Coaxer, the black one, it's the softest volume of all the calls. Ruffidawg Jr. is kind of a medium volume call, more of a cottontail sound emitted from this call, and the Ruffidawg is my loudest call, and it emits more of a jackrabbity, coarser sounding for the more wide open prairies. This coyote responded about, I'm gonna say, anywhere from that 5 to 7 minutes. I'd only made 3 different series of calling, and he kind of circled around, made a 125-yard shot. So as I was calling him in, I switched to the Ruffidawg Coaxer. He come right up on this little plateau. I woofed at him to get him to stop, made a nice shot. Big old male coyote. We better get to calling.